Let's go to Zachary Hubbard. Zachary Hubbard, you're live on What on Earth is Happening. Welcome.
Well, thank you for taking my call. Am I coming through?
Absolutely. Perfectly clear.
Right. Yeah, long-time follower of your work. I missed you while you were on your absence. I understand you had to take care of some things in your life, but it's great to have you back.
Yes.
Show each week, and missed you last weekend. So
yeah, I got a little bit of a flu bug after returning from Mexico, and it took a few days to clear that out of my system. Usually I'm faster at doing that, but this one had me down for several days. So you can still hear my throat is a little bit scratchy. It's not quite up to normal level. I apologize for that, but I fought it off, and I'm pretty much back to 100%, aside from a little scratchiness there. But back to doing the work.
well, we're all glad you're back. Your mic's dropping out a little bit, but I'm aware of what you were saying, that you were ill and the voice isn't quite there. My
Yes.
work, I'm on my 18th YouTube channel. I've probably pumped out about 5,000 videos in nearly the last 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
impressive.
you're not familiar with my. It's a lot of work, and the vast majority of it's been deleted by Google. But have you ever caught any of my work before? My channel name has been Zachary K. Hubbard for a number of years.
I believe I have seen some material from you. Your name sounds very familiar. I think I have at some point come across or seen some of your videos posted in social media.
What I educate about is the Code of Gematria, which originally comes from Hebrew and ancient Greek, but it's very much English, and it's used every single day by our mainstream media to contrive propaganda, from the false flag shootings that we see to almost everything else. See, even the world of sports is rigged and scripted this way. And a lot of time talking about all topics, but I really go after sports just because I see that the mind's eye of the masses is so fixated on the world of sports.
Sure.
And just look at these arenas full of 50,000 people, 100,000 people, and I think, how many of them realize that they've just coughed up all this money for a rigged ball game? And
that they themselves are part of a mass ritual of energy gathering and focus within that stadium.
100%. And I always think, if you could enlighten these people, if you could awake them to what they're actually participating in, if you could get them to organize and gather in that same way, to speak out about the wrongdoing and take interest in all of the things that are being done to us, the things that you talk about on your program every week, things that I've talked about for years, just how you could have such a concentrated group of people and earn that energy from being fixated on a child's game to doing something so worthwhile and important. And
wouldn't it be amazing if all of the people who put their energy over to turn their energy over to something like, as you said, a child's game being played in a mass stadium, if they actually turned all of that energy, that creative and vital energy, over to something that really mattered in the world, to try to make the world a better place, and focus that energy that they all put in something that is completely meaningless, if they focused it into some really, truly worthwhile pursuit, like, I don't know, human freedom. Could you imagine what humanity might accomplish?
Absolutely. Since you're in Philadelphia, I just want to share something with you.
Sure.
Your city was established October 27th, 1682. That's the official date of establishment. And if you add that date, 10 plus 27 plus 16 plus 82, it sums to 135. And the reason that's relevant is because in Revelation, there's a letter written to the Church of Philadelphia. And in the letter, there's something mentioned David. If you write out the key of David and use the alphabetic order, it's T's the 20th letter, H is the 8th, E's the 5th, so on. The key of David sums to 135. And this is such a big number in the history of Philadelphia. It especially comes up in their sports all the time. Your baseball team just signed Bryce Harper exactly 135 days after his birthday. Just yesterday, Temple finished 13-5 in the conference. Villanova, which is outside of Philadelphia, just finished 13-5 in the conference. By the way, Villanova equals 135. One of the biggest sports stars from Philadelphia, Kobe Bean Bryant, his name 135. Carson Wentz, the big quarterback right there right now. He's at a rookie record. 35 passes before his first interception. And I could go on all day, Mark.
Sure.
Just every city has a number that's assigned to it. I'm talking about Philadelphia because that's where you're from. But you learn these numbers and you see how the world of sports is scripted. 2 years ago, Super Bowl 52, Donald Trump took on the NFL over the protests of the flag on September 23rd, 23/9. And I said right there, I said, boom, there's your Super Bowl. It's going to be the Eagles and the Patriots. The Eagles, the home of the flag, sown at 239 Arch Street. 239 is the 52nd prime. You'll have the Patriots with the flag on the side of the helmet. It's so scripted. The Super Bowl was won by the Eagles with number 86 catching the winning touchdown exactly 86 days after his birthday. And why? It's because the national anthem was officially adopted 86 years before that NFL season. So anyway,
I am very familiar with occult gematria, and I've talked about it a lot, especially in relationship with the 9/11 mass ritual event, false flag event, human sacrifice ritual. Let me ask you a question, Zach. Do you see this purely as something that is scripted by the powers that be, or do you see possibly that this is creative synchronicity within the universe itself? People have called it synchromysticism. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term. Do you see this as a possible example of synchromysticism, or do you think this is simply scripted events as far as people actually creating these seeming coincidences, but they're actually using gematria?
I do believe it is a little bit of both. Absolutely. Okay. I think a lot of it in the world of sports is completely contrived, but with regards to the larger subject, to answer your question, I do believe it's both.
Okay.
So,
pretty interesting material. I would like to talk about it further. We're running out of time on the show. I'd like to go to some other calls before we wrap up, or at least one other one. But give out what was the show that you do?
If you just search my name on YouTube, it's Zachary K. Hubbard. I'm also on Truth Frequency Radio once a week. But later this year, I think we're going to meet up, Mark. I've been invited to the Anarchy Philadelphia conference, so I hope to see you there.
Oh, I'll be speaking there as well. So we'll both be speakers at that event at Anarchadelphia coming up in September of 2019.
Very cool. Thanks for having me, Mark. You have a great day.
Absolutely, Zach.
Join the State of Anarchy this September's Harvest Moon in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where this gathering of like minds aims to foster unbreakable relationships between the movement's leading forces, whom teach self-love and ownership, blockchain techno-economics, as well as exposing the Earth's sacred hidden knowledge. So will we see you there?